Hi, everyone. We're just waiting on our DJ.
DJ in the house. DJ in the house. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all come on in the room. This is Tony Clopton and Melissa MK King in the building. Yeah.
Yeah, we let him come back, y'all.
Hey, y'all, we got a special guest. Call him the expert.
The coach.
Our topic is today is how to successfully launch your business, man. Some helpful tips that's going to help you elevate your business social media wise. Y'all stay tuned. Share, share, share. You guys come on in the room, man. We got some information that we want to share about how to successfully launch your business. That's one of the first things that you want to do once you start your business. Get the word out. How do you get the word out? What's the best effective way, free way if possible, because it's always about money, right? Hey, you guys come on in. Share, share, share.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready to get this thing going? MK,
Alrighty.
all on you. All on you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Melissa King, in case you don't know me. Um, I am a home-based business owner with myEcon. I've been with myEcon now for 4 years. I'm in the Huntsville and Madison area of Alabama. My background is in healthcare, but now it's also in money. So since I've been in my econ, I've been able to pay off debt. I have improved my credit score from the mid 700s to 834. Still work in progress on 850. I've met some great people who have been mentoring me, including our guest speaker tonight. And I was able to hire my child. So that's my spiel on how my econ has helped me. What about you, Mr. Clark?
Hey, I am Tony Clopton. I'm in the Birmingham area. I am EVP Platinum inside of this awesome company called myEcon. 22-year vet in the auto industry. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is what we're doing. We're telling our story. First strategy in this business, I was able to cash flow a little over $465. From that $465, I was able to pay off some debt, lower my expenses, create that emergency fund, and then I was able to start investing some money in the process. So that's what we're doing today is we're sharing some awesome tips on how anybody can successfully launch their business. And I can tell you, this is trial and error for all of us. Anything new is gonna be a little uncomfortable. So hopefully we can share some things with some of my business partners we can bring on in a couple of minutes. Without further ado, I really want to bring on this gentleman. I've learned a lot from him. He's tech savvy. That's something that I don't possess, and it's all about using other people's resources. We had an awesome speaker on yesterday, Miss Kathy, and she kind of sparked us to think about how to actually build a business, helping people get over those hurdles. So I want to introduce the speaker of the hour. Like I say, he has a ton of information about operating your business and launching it. Without further ado, I want to turn it over to Mr. Cedric, Coach Jenkins. Come on, Ced. What you got for us today?
What's up? What's up? What's up with y'all?
All good, man. All good.
All right, all right. Well, thanks for having
How
me
you
on.
doing, Coach?
Huh?
I just said, how you doing, Coach?
I'm well. Thanks for having me on. I've been watching y'all from afar. Y'all been doing some great things, man. Oh man, I tell you. I said one day I'm gonna sneak in on them, and then all of a sudden I start plugging in on. I was like, oh man, let me get my pen and paper, man. Y'all been putting out some good information as far as about starting a home-based business. We in a time right now to where a home-based business is essential.
Right.
Essential. I know y'all got a lot of questions. Got some question to ask me, but before we get in, while we talking about home-based business, I'll start off with this. Did y'all know that at least every 12 seconds there is a home-based business being started?
Wow.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not know.
Every 12 seconds there's a home-based business being started.
Okay.
Wow.
And given the fact that this is before COVID-19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fact the trend is changing.
Mm-hmm.
The trend is changing. And it used to be brick and mortar. Now we click and order.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And so home-based business provide that click and order business to where we can make income from home. So
wow.
It's important to launch our business. If we're in a home-based business, it's very important to launch our business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Well, you know, one of my favorite sayings that I get from you is you can't be a secret agent with your business. Somebody got to know that you're in business, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
right. So
look at the stores that you go to. I mean, at some point they had to announce that the doors were open.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do the same for your business. I think what it is that we tend to look at a home-based business different from a brick and mortar, but in reality, it's no different. Your business is just virtual. You still have to run your business just like a brick and mortar.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to tell people that you're in business in order for people to come see your business, in order for your business to be profitable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things that I've seen, like right now, is most of the big department stores, J.C. Penney's, Kmart, even some grocery stores are shutting the doors now, and they're going online. It's now like online business is the thing now because nobody wants to have to afford lights. They want to have to provide insurance for their employees. So now companies are starting to move more into online. And I think that you're right, Said, that I can see how a lot of people are creating these businesses from home because it's more profitable not having a lot of overhead to sustain the business. So, man, we are in the season with what we do is sharing what we have. And, man, it's an awesome opportunity to have you on because we all know as business owners, we have to market our business to let people know that we have something to offer. So, man, this is the reason why we put this platform together is just provide information for business owners and to help everybody grow, you know?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I had a couple of questions I jotted down, and this one is kind of like you do one and then you go back and do the reverse. But for the average person that has decided, let's use, for example, myEcon, that have decided that they want to go into business for themselves, what are the top 3 reasons that a business usually has a failure to launch? Like what are the top 3 things that you think prevents people from even getting started versus even being successful?
Good question.
I don't know about the top three, but I can tell you one that comes to my mind, and that is the fear of selling.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Fear
Good.
of selling.
Yeah.
Business. Listen, if you're going to become a business owner, you have to grasp the idea that you're selling. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what it boils down to. And having said that, the fear of selling, what also is tied to that is the rejection
Oh, it's a good
from
one. That's a
them.
good one. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
So that actually, the rejection in itself builds the fear in selling.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that I
Mm-hmm.
had to learn, and I'm still learning from others, but here's the thing about the rejection, which is the no. You
Mm-hmm.
hate to go and sell something. You go all in on your webinar or whatnot, or you do
Mm.
a presentation. You done jammed it up and everything, boy. And you
Yeah.
spit that fire. Next thing you know, they came back and said, "Nah,
Mm-mm.
I ain't interested."
Right. Right.
Have you ever had that happen to you before?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight someone right now. I dare you.
And so that is one of the main reasons why people are stalling at the gate in launching their business is because of the fact of the fear and the rejection. And
Mm-hmm.
the fear of rejection builds another fear of not selling. And here's the thing about the rejection, the no. Believe it or not, the no means nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me just say this. The no is nothing more than someone's personal perspective or meaning that's tied to the no. People are always going to come up with different reasons not to. My hair ain't right, or I ain't got the money. It's not the right time.
Yeah.
COVID-19. I got. They're gonna come up with a million reasons, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna come up with a million reasons, but that's their own perspective and that's their own meaning to it. But when you
Right.
really peel back the onion, the decision, and to be quite honest, the yes don't mean anything because all it is a decision that's an individual decision that someone makes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you separate that out, when you separate from that as a business owner, and when you're giving a presentation, you don't get connected to someone's decision.
Okay. Okay.
It don't
That's
mean
not.
anything. All it is, well, to you as a business owner, but the decision itself, it just has meaning tied to it, and that comes from a personal perspective.
And you know
Wow.
what? You know what else I feel like? Sometimes people take, and I know I've been guilty of this. When they hear no, or that someone is not interested, they take it that someone is trying to tell them that their business is not a good business or not a good idea. And
Mm-hmm.
they, sometimes we take it personal that they're not agreeing with what we do, but it could just be they're saying it's not for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So that's something I had to kind of learn when I first started. Like rejection of the idea doesn't mean they're rejecting and saying that what you're doing is not a good thing, and they're just not ready to do it. So
Yeah,
once I
Mm-hmm.
started looking at it that way, that kind of changed it too, you know. So
yeah.
that's my little 2 cents.
Yeah, that's good. I like what both of y'all were saying. So really, it's like if you can learn how to control your emotions when you get a
Right.
no or even a yes and they don't do anything, then you still got to understand that it's all tied to the right information that they're receiving. So I'm wholeheartedly understanding why people don't launch or even go a step further why people don't join the business because maybe they just don't have the level of understanding that you do. And sometimes your passion can be so strong that it will make people want to join and they don't even know why, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
that's good.
my next question would be like for people, personally, when I joined the business in November, I got the information, I changed my W-4, but I kind of just sat on it like for the next month and a half, didn't post anything. It was like it wasn't even there. So a lot of times I notice people will say, even after they've started the business, they feel like they don't know enough. So
Hmm.
how much how much do you feel like you have to be familiar with your product or an expert in your product before you start actually promoting your business? Because people will use that as a reason a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Y'all ready for this answer?
I'm
Come on
ready.
with it.
The answer is you don't need to know anything about the business.
Mm-hmm.
All you need to know is the problem, the financial problem that you're dealing with. Are you broke?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have emergency fund? See, all you need to know is what are the known financial pain points that everybody is going through, and knowing that there's a system, a financial system, and a solution that will fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Strategically, right? But you get that all the time. People come in and say, "Hey, I gotta learn this business. I gotta know this business before I can share with anybody." No, all I know is I know you overpaid. Let me show you a solution. I know you got some debt. Let me show you a solution. I know you got bad credit score. Let me show you. That's all you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just know them pain points.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Know the business because the business will bring them the knowledge if they plug in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go further in saying this: when you start a business, that's just the first step. The next step is getting the business in you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that comes into a belief system. And y'all heard me say all the time, whatever's in the well will surely show up in the bucket. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
well is your belief system. And
Right.
whatever's in your belief system will come out your mouth or show up in your actions. So
Mm-hmm.
after you get into business, then you got to get in, or the business got to get into you. The next is the next step. The question is, do you want your money?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Do you want your finances fixed? And that's an individual decision that someone has to make.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all about where you are and what you're trying to do. Because regardless, you're gonna deal with consequences. If you jump up and go ahead and get it running, you'll have the good stuff to happen to you. If you sit there and do nothing, you don't get nothing.
Mhm.
Hey, say it. Let me ask you. You brought up the fact that people don't start their business because of the launch their business because of fear of selling and rejection. Could you go into a little bit more detail, and then we're gonna jump into some helpful tips about launching. When we talk about selling versus the strategies that we have, that's why I think our company is so unique. Is to kind of help explain to people that you don't really have to sell this business to be successful.
Right. So you can look at selling as all kinds of ways. You can tell a story and sell. See, we sell each and every day. We just don't know it.
Right.
Think about it
Mm-hmm.
like this. You're on your job. You want that promotion. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to sell yourself to get that promotion. Whether
Right.
you
Absolutely.
sell yourself through actions or
Mm-hmm.
words or whatever, but you're going
Mm-hmm.
to sell yourself to get that promotion.
Right.
We're out with family and we go to a movie. We go watch a bomb movie. We
Mm-hmm.
come back, girl, y'all need to go check out that movie. Well, you
Mm-hmm.
sold something. You probably didn't get paid, but you sold
Mm-hmm.
something. So selling can come in different forms, right? And we make selling, and I had to learn this too. We make selling too hard, and I
Mm-hmm.
I think it is best. The best way to sell is storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Storytelling is the best way to sell
Which
because
is basically your testimony, right?
right, because it's personable, right? And
Yeah.
people can, especially Melissa, if you had somebody that you really knew, a girlfriend, a Sarah that you really knew, and you told your story, and that Sarah is connected to you. You told your story.
Mm-hmm.
She's already connected to you. And then you tell your story. Now that's gonna make her move.
Mm-hmm.
You told your story. And when we get into storytelling, that's when we actually can make a virtual connection with someone. And I say virtual because right now we all online. We ain't really reaching out and touching no one because of COVID, right? But storytelling is probably one of the best ways to selling. But selling could be telling your story, telling somebody else's story.
Right.
What else? Um,
Your experiences of what has happened to you is great. Yeah, telling that story and giving your personal experiences about what's going on is good. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, that kind of opens the door to another question I had written down. So many people are like apprehensive about getting on camera, and like you said, with us being in this COVID-19, we had to stop, a lot of our face-to-face meetings for health issues, safety issues as far as health goes. So I know you do your Money Matters series throughout the day. You'll go live and you provide information. You do training, and you just make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world to do. So for those of us, the only reason I was able to do this live is because I had a partner, but the thought of sitting and talking to a group of people by myself is kind of scary in itself. So what advice would you give people on getting over their fear of coming in front of coming in front of the camera or any type of social media? I mean, like with this, you don't even really have to come in front of the camera. You can put your picture up. But what advice would you give them? How did you get to where you are with that?
I just got out there and just started doing it. And listen, if you were to go back to my very first live video, man, I was looking like trash.
That's hard to believe.
Yes. And believe it or not, I'm an introvert. For those introverts that are out there, I am an introvert. I'm just an extrovert when I'm in my space.
Right.
Of what I know and what I do. I'm an extrovert in those areas, but I'm really truly an introvert. However, let me say this. Even going back to starting a business, another reason why people don't launch their business is they want to come out the gate being perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Same thing with the video. We trying to make sure our hair is done. We trying to make sure we got the copyright script all you want to be all, and it doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
Because when you try to be perfect, then you're not sounding authentic. And then when you don't sound authentic, then you lose folks. You don't make that connection. And it's all about making a connection. But for me, over the course of a period of time, I just, with persistence, just continue to went out there and do live. Now, here's another thing that you could do if people don't like to do live. Just get your cell phone, do a recording of it, and then post it later.
Right.
What you know about that, Tony?
Well, Sid, you just gave out one of my secrets, right? A lot of people think that, oh man, you're a natural, man. You always get on, man. You always know what to say. But after take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4, I'm satisfied. Now I can hit the send button. So man, Sid just gave out one of my secrets. A lot of times I don't go live, in which I will start to do more. I don't feel comfortable sometimes a lot when I do videos, and I want it to be perfect. And I know a lot of people out there that's listening to me right now, like say is that, you want everything to be right. But man, be real, be authentic, and to a point where it's okay to stutter and mess up a few words from time to time. Or people always looking in your background and saying stuff and ain't heard nothing you said. That's just people. Sometimes people too busy looking behind you instead of listening to you. So that's just the nature of people. Just get out, put the content out, regardless if it's right or wrong. People gonna always critique you. Oh, you could have did this a little bit better. Well, a lot of times they don't even know what you were talking about. But I try to come with energy every time that I come on. And like I say, that's one of my secrets. I do just do videos and then I critique myself and then I'll hit the send button if I'm satisfied. So that's a great start. Thanks a lot for exposing me, Melissa.
I'm not gonna expose that other secret because right now it's just a theory of mine. But I got a feeling that when you in that gym, you ain't working out for real. You just posted up and said, it's a
Say
theory.
it. Hit me out. Say it. Say it. Help me out. She bashing on me right now.
Do you ever see him sweat? Said.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, NK.
Do you see him sweat though? I've never seen him sweat.
Well,
oh man. Oh man.
So the next time before you upload your video, pour some water on yourself.
Oh my bad.
Like I said, I don't have proof, but that's my theory that he just posted, try to make somebody think he's working out, and he really just in there, Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that Planet Fitness and catch you on video.
Oh boy. Okay, let's get back to the topic.
Okay. Let's see what other questions I have here. How much research do you think you need to do on your product or your subject before you start going out at it? Like, I know we talked before about you don't have to know everything, but what are some basic things that would be good for everybody to know about their business if they're just getting started? Like a bare minimum. You need to at least know.
It depends on their business, right? And if they got multiple products, they probably want to find a product that they can connect to.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to talk more when they're comfortable about something. And so if they can find a product or a service that they feel comfortable with, I think that's what they can start doing a little research and just a little bit of research in that, because when you have a comfort level for something, then your mind begins to open up to where your attention span is a little bit longer to do more research and to gravitate all that information in. So I think just finding whatever a product or service that you can connect to and feel comfortable with, I think that is the product. I mean, that's where you want to do the research in.
Okay. So now let me go back and flip that first question. At first I asked you the top 3 reasons businesses fail. What would you say are the top reasons, and I won't put a number on it, that businesses are successful?
Great.
Businesses are successful. Well, if you're coming out the gate launching your business, that will definitely help. Let's see. I think for me, if being successful doesn't necessarily mean you tying a dollar figure to it, right?
Right.
For me, is how much of an impact that you make on that next person. Again, that comes back to the connection. We're in a relationship, but when we are business owners, we have to understand the power of relationships. It's the network. The network provides resources for us to solve problems. But it all begins with a relationship, and that relationship comes from a connection. So if you're a business owner and you're able to make connections, to me personally, I think your business will be successful. Think about your top influencers. They can go start and launch a business, be in that business for about a year or two, pop smoke, go start another business, and run that up and be successful over there. Well, that comes from them making connections. They've made some relationships, and those relationships follow them. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's building a relationship will make your business successful.
Okay. And I guess another thing would be consistency, right?
Consistency is also a component of it, and that helps with the perfection. We'll never be perfect, but it will help with the perfection. Let's go back to me doing the videos. I had to be consistent in doing videos in order for me to get to where I'm at now. And I ain't nowhere where I need to be at with my videos, but I'm far better than what I was before. but it came from being consistent. Well, you know what? Because at one point, at one stretch when I got started, I think I was I was doing live just about every morning, wasn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. And light shine.
I'll bag out my driveway and
yeah, we rode to work with you.
And I can work with me, and I'm running my mouth. But that was every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was being consistent. So
and it got to the point that we were looking forward to it. Like if you didn't come on, like what's that? I didn't see a video today. Where's Mr. Our Money Matters?
The early morning show, right?
Right.
Yeah, consistency does play a role into that as well.
What do you think, Tony?
Hey, I would like to add the marketing piece to it as well, man, because I know for a fact that I know most people will try their business on their friends and family first. And I can tell you, friends and family will be the first one to turn you down.
Right.
Because they judge you on a lot of things that you've done in your past that weren't so successful. And now it is like, here you go again, trying to get my money. And the whole time you were building yourself to a point where, you sell, but at the same or what services that you're selling, there is a market outside of your friends and family. So I think marketing is a really powerful piece when it comes to connecting, like say the connection of other people, building relationships and networking. I think that's to me, one of the most powerful things that you can do is just market your business to the right people that's interested in what you have.
So
I'm glad you brought that up.
Go ahead, NK.
I was going to direct this question to you, Sid, as far as like when you have depleted that warm market, which would include your family and your friends and, people that you have at least had a conversation with before, how do you break into being able to, especially like you mentioned, you're an introvert. I consider myself to be somewhat of an introvert also because usually I'm not just one to walk up and start talking to a stranger. So what steps can you take to open yourself up more to a cold market?
Social media.
Okay.
Social media is less intrusive. Let me share with you all with about social media. It is, think of social media as your own personal TV channel. When you look at it like that, then you can get a different perspective. I'm gonna share some numbers with you all real quick. You got all these social media channels. You got Pinterest, you got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I think Google Plus kind of went away, and then you got LinkedIn. So check this out. On Pinterest, you got at least 70 million users out there on Pinterest.
So I'm not real familiar with Pinterest. You can do videos and go live from there also?
You can't go live, but you can post a recorded video.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that.
All right. So Twitter, you have at least about 560 million or more on there. Facebook got more than a billion. Instagram got 150 mil, and LinkedIn got about 240 mil.
And don't forget YouTube.
And I forgot about YouTube. And I don't know the actual numbers on YouTube, but I know they have to be right up there with Facebook and Twitter. So I mentioned those platforms because of the fact all those platforms are unique TV stations. So Pinterest, what you find out there on Pinterest is, pictures of designers, things of that nature. The women dominate Pinterest. It's about 68% of females as opposed to 32% males out there on Pinterest. It's all about discovery out there on Pinterest. Twitter is more or less like your a blogger, if you will, little short text bloggers. Facebook, we all know Facebook is probably one of the largest social media communities. There's a multi-fashion of stuff, but it's social sharing. Social sharing site. Instagram is all about the lifestyle out there, right? And then LinkedIn, it's more business like. So what you have to do is find one of those channels that you can connect to based on your personality, right? Introvert. Well, you can pick one of those social media platforms that caters to introverts, launch your business, and promote your business, run commercials. And when I say run commercials, I'm talking putting up a post, doing videos, what have you. We got to do the same thing brick and mortar do in order to bring customers to our door. We got to run commercials. So social media was my next move after I wore out my warm market. And it's easy to wear out your warm market because that's your comfort zone.
Right.
And the mindset is, well, I'm gonna go to Aunt so and so. She ain't gonna tell me no because I'm her nephew, right? And that's how we do it. So we by default we're gonna go to our friends and family because we know those folks. Unfortunately, those are the rejections you're gonna get first.
Right.
I tell everybody the first thing Willie King told me is, "Baby, you going to jail." And that's my yeah, he had the orange suit kicked out for me. He's like, "You going to jail fooling with this."
Yeah. So social media is the next best thing to launching and promoting your business.
Okay.
And even if you're an introvert, you're not really physically talking to anyone. When you posting, you actually speaking to someone, right? Post it, leave it alone, leave it and forget it, come back and look for a comment.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna hurt you.
And I guess too with posting, that's more of a controlled environment. Like if you're having a one-on-one conversation with a stranger, you don't really know how that's going to work out. But if it's just you talking to a screen, you got control of how long you talk, what you talk about.
And here's the thing with when you're talking to a stranger, right? You don't know that stranger, and that stranger don't know you, right?
Right.
So there shouldn't be no feelings or no expectation that should be even tied to a decision.
I don't know. I have a hard time with the stranger thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't. Well, I've grown to the point to where now, whether I'm going to my warm market or a cold market, it don't really matter to me.
Yeah.
And that will come through time. Yeah.
I'm gonna add in. I do believe that everybody needs to know you personally. It's like I get quite a few people that reach out to.
You freezing up.
Okay, here we go. Like, who are you? For one, you really do have to build relationship and allow people to know who you are. Being consistent and they seeing that you about business is really a cool way for folks to want to get to know you better. Because if somebody's struggling with debt and you're always talking about your credit repair business, eventually they're gonna click on something that you're promoting. So I think that you're right, saying social media is big, but giving people a good understanding of who you are and what you're about and knowing that they can trust you, you can build some type of relationship online if you show people who you are and show them your heart.
Yeah.
And Tony, I think I've heard you say that you do a lot of Facebook groups too, right? You just kind of look for groups that are talking about whatever you're talking about.
Yeah. So those social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, I think Instagram, all those three platforms, you can create a group, and a group just basically is designed for you to intimately talk to your people who are truly interested in hearing what you have to offer to solve their problem, right? See, right out here on the public news feed, right? You're trying to talk to people about your product, service, or business opportunity, but you're competing with the distractions that's on the feed. But now when you're able to create a group, pull them over into a group or on a fan page, because a fan page is another isolated area to where you can talk to people who have a genuine interest in what you have to offer, then now you can intimately talk to them to find out what it is that they got, what kind of problems that they need to solve. And again, that relationship is real huge, because especially when we talk about finances, right? I'm sure all of y'all the same. Before I come to you and talk to you about my money problems, I need to know that I can trust you.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I mean, I just can't come to no Joe Blow and say, hey man, I got a 530 credit score. Or I had this going on, I like this. I got to be able to have trust with you to say, okay, look, I'm jacked up from the floor up. What can you do to help me? So we got to build that trust, and that trust comes through relationship. But we can do it virtually, right? But the virtual channels just give us the platform to do it.
Right. Hey, that's good. Hey, I'm gonna add this. I think, and I know for a fact, I want to challenge everybody that's on this feed, there's people that's listening, is that when you tell people about what you've been through and what helped you, that will help bring the walls down. Like, you may not want to tell me your story, but by me opening up and telling you what my story is, will make you comfortable enough to come talk to me and say, hey man, my credit score was the same as yours. Man, I like what you said about this or that. Man, can you tell me more about your system now? So everybody should, to me personally, is build a testimony based on what has helped you, and somebody listening, because somebody's always listening. Right. You can actually get them to bring their walls down, and then a little bit of dialogue takes place from you just opening up first.
Yeah. Just like you said, Tony, people are always listening. You never know, right? And again, people are not going to go publicly, and this is how we do now. This is our behavior. You put some fire stuff out there about finances, right? And you have someone that's going to look at it, and they won't make a comment or hit a like on it, but they'll inbox you. Right. Some people, that where that comes from is people just want to make sure they don't, if they were to go out there and make a comment and hit a like, then now they're showing to others, I got money issues.
I got money issues.
They don't want nobody to know that they got money issues by making a comment or hitting a like on a money post.
I didn't think about that, but it's true.
Huh?
I didn't think about that, but that's a good point.
Yeah. Now some don't care now to be like, hey, look, give me that info, man, because I'm jacked up. But be like, I ain't finna hit no like, I ain't finna make no comment. I don't want nobody to know that I'm struggling financially, but I sure gonna hit him up in his inbox.
Oh man, you hit it.
And that happens. That been happening from day one for up to now, 6 years later. I still get that.
Yep. Hey, when you're talking about finances, you're gonna always deal with pride, ego, procrastination, fear, and these are all of the things that I know people dealt with, because I dealt with them at one time in my life. So we knowing how that can affect somebody from asking for help, then that makes you a little more open to tell your testimony, because you want to help people get over that. Hey man, I ain't ever gonna be too proudful not to ask for help. I'm not gonna allow my ego to keep me from getting this information. I'm not gonna let this fear of me not knowing how to do something because of my personal issues. So yeah, this is great stuff, man. I hope somebody's listening to understand that we all struggle with the same stuff.
Yeah. And it's amazing until you have a conversation with other business owners. Like when I first met Cedric, I would have never thought that he was the type of person that was an introvert or a shy person or anything like that. And it's funny how a lot of times when they tell their story or you have a one-on-one, you realize you got more in common with the people who are listening or speaking than you thought. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a very strong background on knowing how money works and about the tax system and all of that stuff. And so it can be a little intimidating when people are talking about that and you don't know the subject matter. So, most of us were taught if you don't know what to say, be quiet before you say something to make yourself look bad. So I think that can be a factor too. And I've had to get past that because I'm like, a closed mouth don't get fed though.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
But I know that can be a hold up as well.
Uh-huh.
All right, we didn't got to 45 minutes. Before I start letting you guys do your final thoughts, let me just say hello to some people that have popped up on the screen and left comments. Hello, Cortina. Our
Thank you.
Huntsville associate, always watching. Hello, Miss Sheena Sparks. She's on Facebook. Sandra Grant.
Sandra, home team.
Home team. Hey, Sandra. Veronica Selma. I think that was someone that Anita may have referred to as to come and watch us. And over on YouTube, we have Essence Dowdy. So thank you for all of you guys joining me. And in my front view, I have my daughter standing in front of me with a sign saying "Shout out to the kids." So let me give a shout out to Nia Richards and Tyler Clocker.
Hey.
Finally, she wanted me to give a shout out to the children. So thank you guys for joining us. But also before we go, let me just remind everybody that Mr. Ivy Stokes, our co-founder, he comes on every night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Mm-hmm. Usually most of us share the business overview from my page. So you should see it all over Facebook. He jumps on and goes over the business presentation. And since he founded the company, nobody explains it better than him. Mm-hmm. Tony and I are here every Tuesday and Thursday doing Let's Talk Money or Let's Talk Finance, except when he's in timeout. So that takes care of, is that all our housekeeping? Am I forgetting anything?
I think you about covered everything. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll let you guys give your final thoughts before we get out of here.
Okay, I'll go first, so I'll let the speaker have the last comment of the night. Excellent job, Sid. We appreciate having you on. The only thing that I want to add, and I love these conversations, man. I think everybody needs to have these conversations about starting a business, how you can successfully launch a business. I can tell you now, it doesn't matter whether you're a student, a stay-at-home mom, auto worker, or somebody that don't have a job, somebody's retired. Somebody with a degree, without a degree, it does not matter. Tell your story. If you're going to start a business, find a product or service that you can share with people and you truly believe in it. You have a passion for it. That's all you need to do to be able to launch your business successfully. And I want to challenge you guys out there today is to go ahead and post something about your business. Let people know you're in business so we can start showing you some love. I mean, I've literally reached out to several other people that have businesses because I want to share some love, buying a product, whether you're just sharing it or just mentioning it on social media. It's marketing and advertising for themselves as well.
And weren't you going to challenge everybody to do a video?
Absolutely.
Video?
Hey, I'm challenging everybody that has a business to go ahead and put something out there, whether it's a regular post or whether it's a video explaining what you do, why you joined, how long you've been in, and provide some information. Because, man, I'm telling you, who gonna know you in business if you don't tell us, right?
Right. All right, Mr. Jenkins.
Well, I'll just piggyback off of what Tony said, and it's very important that we launch our business. If you are a business owner and you're starting your business, go ahead and launch the business. All right. You want to get your business to where your business is profitable. The whole reason why we got into business, we want that time freedom and flexibility and the financial freedom. But we'll never get there if we don't launch the business. So we got to get out the gate. Just think about this. People know, understand the times that we're living in. People understand the trends. 70% of Americans are pretty much self-employed. All right. They understand that starting a business now gives them the more control of their financial freedom. But you won't get that financial freedom unless you launch a business. Get over the fear of selling. You sell by nature anyway. right?
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why you have the fear of selling is the fear of the fear of the rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the rejection is more or less nothing more than a personal meaning that somebody puts on it. It doesn't have anything to do with you, or it doesn't have anything to do with your product, service, or business opportunity. So separate that, and then now you're able to move out with your launch and continue to promote your business. So let's get out here and control our dreams.
That's right. And the
Great.
dream didn't start until we started, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, I forgot, Tony, also to announce that if anybody's watching this that feels like my econ might be an opportunity that they're interested in, right now we are letting people start their own business for $29.95. And after that, there's a monthly fee to maintain your website and everything you need for your business for $34.95 a month. And Tony and I are nice enough. We're good people. You know, if there's somebody out there that wants to get started and the $29.95 is your speed bump that's keeping you from starting, each of us is willing to offer a $25 coupon so you can start your business today if that's something you're really ready to do for $4.95.
Mm-hmm.
So put that out. If anybody's interested, you can inbox us. And I'll just piggyback off what both of them said. Don't be afraid to start your business. I know a lot of us will think about it and put it in our head and go over it to ourselves 50 million times before we finally make a move. Don't be scared, just do it. Let's do it the Nike way. Let's just do it.
Just
And
perfect the long way.
I thank both of you gentlemen for joining us, and we're out.
Absolutely.